Hey everyone, welcome back to Nitro's Corner. We're here today with my April manga haul. But before we get into that, I kind of wanted to ask you guys if you have any recommendations or any favorite series as far as romance, slice of life, drama goes. As you know, I'm currently trying to branch out into some new series, into some new genres instead of my stereotypical horror, action, and all things degenerate. So what I've started so far is the quintessential quintuplets and Blue Flag. Now, I haven't really gotten too far into either of these to really formulate my own opinion on it. So I figured I would reach out to you guys, see what your favorite series are, and maybe I'll just follow one of those rather than going too far down into one of these series. Or maybe I'll just read all three. But I'm really just curious about what you guys think. Maybe those two that I've already started are the best. Who knows? So this is going to be the smallest haul I've ever done on this channel, as I have a lot of other investments I'm putting some money into this month. So we didn't really have a lot of extra funds for manga, unfortunately. Although I was reading a lot of digital copies, things like JoJo's. Obviously, I'm still going through Jujutsu Kaisen. So what I picked up for physical copies are really series that have already been ongoing. Things like this first series, Noragami, which I still absolutely love. I picked up 12 through 14, as at my local store they have 15 through I think 22, honestly, so I'll be able to pick up the rest of these in person once I finish these three. I'm already through 12 and 11. Oh, I should probably go. I'm already through 12 and 11 up to 13, about halfway through it. I know a lot of people say that the series tends to get a little darker, a little more action-y, I guess, or just suspenseful, and I think that's where we are right now. Like when we start to get into the father saga and like all the backstories of all these various characters, it just starts to get pretty effed up. Now, I don't want to spoil too much for you that haven't started this yet, but I gotta say, like, how I mentioned at the beginning, I'm looking for something that is a little more drama, romance, slice of life. This series, I think, fits that perfectly while still being an action and kind of suspenseful fantasy series. It starts to blend together all of these other genres in a very, very entry-level way. And what I mean by that is like somebody like me who is typically just into horror, action, and, you know, gore, things like that. This series, I mean, look at that. It still has some pretty sweet art and whatnot, but it does have that slice of life, friendship, entourage, like your core group of friends, the slice of life drama stuff with, you know, when they're in the everyday high school side of things, and then when they're in the spirit world, spirit realm with the gods, you get a little more of the action-y and drama stuff. I think this series is honestly climbing up there for me, and I didn't think it would at first. I thought it was just going to be like something that I enjoyed on the side and didn't really put too much extra thought into, but like the artwork is beautiful. It's really grown on me. The characters are phenomenal, and like they just keep getting developed more and more into, you know, really hashed out, complex characters. And you know, there's not a bad thing I could say about this series, honestly, other than I wish there was more of it, but it's still ongoing, so I'm sure we have years to come. All right, now this next series I'm going to talk about is probably my favorite new series I've started in 2021. I think I picked it up back in March. There's only currently 4 volumes out in English. The best way I can describe this series is like a dark, grim fairy tale. That's the best way I can kind of describe the series, and that's The Witch and the Beast. If I had to compare this to some other series, honestly, I would compare it to Noragami if Noragami was rated R. Also, it kind of, in a way, I kind of get a feeling like Howl's Moving Castle, but again, darker, grimmer, with Ashoff over here, who is a mage, and then you have, I think, Gaidu, who is the female lead, and she's a fucking badass. She is so sick. We still don't really know what she is, but this series, it's definitely number one for me in 2021 so far. I mean, Blade of the Immortal is something new to me. I kind of started at the end of 2020, mid 2020. That's still a great series, but this by far is my best new series of 2021. And when I say new, I don't mean it started in 2021. I just picked it up in 2021. I think it started maybe 2019 or something. 4 volumes out currently in English. Definitely pick them up. I think there's 8 in the original Japanese, so 8 published volumes so far. But this series is really like, just imagine like a fairy tale, like, but if fairy tales were fucking rated R, like. So for those of you who don't know the series, it follows Guaidu and Ashaf as they're on a hunt to basically stop these witches who are just the most powerful beings in existence. They're trying to figure out what the curse is that's put on Guidu. I don't know how to say her name. They're trying to figure out what the curse is that was put on her. I'm not going to give you too much information about that, as I really think you should pick this series up because it's phenomenal and it's only a matter of time before it gets some more hype. And the characters, Ashraf especially is a very well-rounded character already. Guaidu, which she doesn't like to talk a lot. She doesn't like to talk a lot yet, but she has some interesting aspects to her as well. You really grow to love both of them, and there are some other kind of side/main characters that come up at a later point. As the series hashes itself out a little further, I think there might be maybe some multiple storylines that are going on at the same time in the magical core there. So definitely pick this one up. It's freaking amazing. And the last volume I picked up for this month, my April manga haul, is 20th Century Boys Volume 2, the complete edition or the perfect edition, whatever it is. Basically the omnibuses. Yeah, the perfect edition. I know this series is not something new to the manga collecting world, but it is still pretty new to me as I just started it. I've only read the first perfect edition volume, but the artwork and I can tell that the characters through this series are just going to become absolutely phenomenal. And just that one perfect edition, they become like, their backstories were so hashed out so well. It honestly is getting kind of dark and like unpredictable in a sense, the kind of main story plot here, which I didn't really expect. I thought it was going to be kind of straightforward, but there's a lot of twists and connections that you can tell the author really, the mangaka really put some effort into. It wasn't just hashed together and then like they let the story unfold and see whatever path it takes. You could tell that this one is a master mangaka, Naoki Urasawa. I know that he's obviously considered one of the best, but this is the first series I've read of him. I think he do Monster as well. I still haven't read Monster. Maybe I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure he was the author of Monster as well. Correct me in the comments if that is false. Yeah, so 20th Century Boys. If you're in the manga world, I'm sure you know of this series, so you don't really need me to rave about it, but it's absolutely phenomenal, and I don't need to tell you that because you already know. It just took me a while to get to it because I had a lot of things like Berserk, Mushishi, Blade of the Immortal, Noragami. I had a lot of things I was collecting at the time. So we have it now. I'll read this soon once I finish with my Noragami volumes I have and my Witch and Beast. This will be the next one I read. Yeah, so that's the manga haul for March. Again, I say March. That's the manga haul for April. I hope you guys enjoyed. And again, let me know what series you want me to read as far as drama slice of life romance goes, as I am looking to pick that up. I will probably continue reading Blue Flag because that one was a little bit more appealing to me than Quintessential Quintuplets, although I know they're both supposed to be really good. They're both highly regarded. So we'll see how that goes. And again, if you have something new to me that sounds, more interesting, like Fruits Basket, I've heard a lot of people tell me because it has supernatural aspects to it. We'll see. We'll see what I pick up. But until then, guys, hope you have a great rest of your day. Pick up some manga.